It is granted either against tangible securities or the personal security. Here we have two types of education loan. The first loan is given for the national education purpose and the other one is international. The amount whatever it is going to generate from the amount provided as lending is the profit for the banking sector. Before providing any vehicle loan to the customer, it has to verify the customer details thoroughly. Warm welcome to 5th Sem B.Ba students. The subject we are discussing, banking law and practice. We are into the 4th unit, lending operations. In our previous sessions, we have learned about the relationship between the customer and the banker and the collecting banker, statutory protection for the collecting banker, paying banker, and what are the rules and regulations are there at the time of paying the checks and clearing the checks, and what are the types of checks we have, crossing of checks and other informations. In this unit, we are going to learn about what are the documents are to be verified by the banks at the time of lending money to the customers. I am Professor Rajesh L.R. from Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram, first grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. In today's session, we're going to learn about the sound principles of lending, kinds of lending facilities, and the differences between overdraft, cash credit, housing loan, education loan, vehicle loan, non-performing assets, priority sector lending. Say, lending operation is nothing but that, and whatever the amount deposited by the customers in the bank, either in the savings account or fixed deposit or recurring deposit, for those amount, the bank has to pay certain rate of interest at the time of giving back money to the customers. To generate the interest, the banks will provide the deposit amount as a loan to the customers whoever need the amount for certain purposes. Either it may provide for long term or it may be for the short term. So the amount whatever it is going to generate from the amount provided as lending is the profit for the banking sector. So if I to gain that one, sometimes it has to take huge risk for getting the benefits for the activities whatever they're going to conduct. The meaning, after accepting deposit from the customers, a bank goes for lending or for investment in different types of securities such as government and company. That's saying that one, whatever the amount we have deposited in the bank, either in the SB account or current account or fixed deposits or recurring deposit, these amounts, the banks will use this amount by giving the amount to the needy people in the form of loan, or a part of the amount will be kept in the securities. That major concept will be keeping the amount in the government securities because the safety will be there, and some of the amount will be invested in the securities of the companies and to get the benefits where it can enjoy the amount of benefit received from the usage of the amount or the portfolio management, what are the banking sectors as medium. Similarly, when the bank lends, it earns a higher interest rate from out of the return on investment, and from the interest earned on loans, the bank will be able to offer interest for the deposits. The difference between the interest offered deposit and the interest earned is a profit made by the bank. Like for example, interest on loan will be 10%. Interest on deposits will be 4%. The difference, whatever we have here, the 6% is the amount earned by the banks for the same amount deposited by the customers are given to the customers for the purpose of usage of the financial concepts in the business activities or in the day-to-day life of the individual customers. Sound principles we have, the first one we have here, safety. Whenever the bank is going to lend the money, it has to check the safety, that whether the amount will be collected back or not, whether the amount will be safety for me to get back that from the customer or not. For that, what are the rules and regulations are to be followed, and what are the documentations has to be made here. Before lending any amount, the banker will collect all the details of the customer, and even they're going to verify each and every activity of the customer. Then only they're going to provide the loan to the needy people by checking all the safety measures. After taking all the safety measures, the bank is going to provide the loan for the needy persons. The second principle we have here, liquidity. An asset is to be liquid when it can be converted into cash within a short notice without loss. As the bank is investing or lending depositors money, it has to take more precaution while doing so. The depositor may demand his or money at any time. The bank must be in a position to repay the same. What they're saying that one, whenever the customer has deposited the amount, whenever he requires, he may withdraw that amount from the bank. For that, the bank should be ready to repay that amount whenever customer is going to demand or is going to withdraw the amount for certain business activities or personal aspects of the customer. So these things, it should be kept in such a way that where it can convert certain liquid assets into cash, where it is not going to lose the amount of the benefit. Next, we have your purpose. A banker would throw away money for any purposes which the borrower wants. The purpose should be productive, so that the money not only remains safe but also provides definite source of repayment. They're saying that when you're providing any loan for the customer, see the purpose of the loan, for what reason the customer is taking that one, whether it is going to be benefited for the customer. When it is going to be benefited, definitely when he is going to get amount, he is going to repay that amount without any hurdles. If the customer is not getting any benefit, or it is not used at all, and it is not worth for the providing the loans for the customer, don't provide any loans. Because if you provide that loan, definitely you may not get back that amount, and the banker will be in a high risk position at the time of customer demands to withdraw the amount whatever he has deposited. For that reason, it has to verify for what purpose the loan has to be sanctioned, and what is the need, why the customer is borrowing the fund from the banking sector, and where he is going to use and how he is going to use such amount for the business activities or for any personal purposes. Next, profitability. When a bank is undertaking lending or investment, it has to earn a good return. If it is investing on shares, debenture, bonds, or other marketable securities, it has to see that what is the rate of return on the investments, what it is going to make. It is very good for the banking sector, where it is going to earn a better amount in the investments made and the right decision, whatever they have taken. Next, we have your national interest. The bank must keep in mind the national interest while lending or investing depositors' money. When a country is facing unemployment, the bank must give more loans to employment-oriented industries, so that the problem of unemployment can be reduced. They're saying that whenever it is the nation is facing certain unemployment issues, at that time, the banking sector has to support those industries wherever it is required the amount for the benefits of the business activities. If they provide support to the business activities, employment can be increased here. As the employment is increasing, so whatever the amount has been given in the form of loan, it can get back that amount, the principal amount as well as the interest, without any hurdles or without any facing certain risks by the banking sector. It has to see the safety margin, diversification, law of limitation act. These principles are very important at the time of lending any money to the needy customers. Next, we have here kinds of lending. Facilities granted by the banks are in the form of loans. A loan is an advance granted by bank to a borrower, wherein the entire amount sanctioned is paid to the borrower in lump sum. When it is granted for a period of 1 year or less, it is called short-term loan. When they're saying that it is less than 12 months, automatically it is a short-term loan. If it is more than 12 months, it is a long-term loan as per the banking norms, whatever we have here. It is advantageous to the banker to give this form of advance, as the bank can collect the interest on the entire amount sanctioned irrespective of the amount withdrawn by the customer. But it is disadvantage to the customer, as he has to pay interest even on the unutilized portion of the loan. What they're saying that when if the bank is providing 10 lakhs loan for the customer, if the customer has used only 4 lakhs loan amount and 6 lakhs he has not used the amount for certain number of days, the bank is going to collect on the 10 lakhs amount, not on the 4 lakhs utilized amount. They'll not leave the unutilized amount here. They're going to add both here, and based on the 10 lakhs, whatever the amount has been sanctioned to the customer, on that 10 lakhs, it is going to collect the interest or not on the amount utilized by the borrower. Means the customer, whatever is used, the amount from the loan, total loan sanction amount, that was his duty to use it in a proper way, or before taking a loan, he would have been taught that one, this is the funds I require, this is enough for me. If he has taken more than the requirement, then he will be in a difficult position to repay that one, as even he may face risk for the loan amount, whatever he has received for the payment year. Next, overdraft year. It is a type of facility given to the current account holders by the banking sectors, and the overdraft period will be 0 to 45 days, where the customer can use the benefits and get the benefit of a loan for the purpose of clearing the checks, and where the benefit will be given for the current account holders. The people who have opened the business accounts, they are going to get. A person who's having no issues or good CIBIL score, then he can get the benefit of overdraft, and not for a person where his account is full of risk factors is involved, or where every time the checks are bounced or the repayment strategy made by the customer is not in the proper record is there. The bank will never provide for such type of customers any bank overdraft here. Cash credit, it is a type of advance made by the commercial banks. This is sanctioned against the pledge of the goods like agricultural or industrial products, or against the guarantee of the individuals. Cash credit is a type of advance given by the banks to the customers whenever they're going to give the agricultural products. They're going to pledge those agricultural products, and they're going to borrow the amount from the banks for the purpose of, it may be for agricultural purpose or to the sale of agricultural output, whatever they have received here. Discounting the bills of exchange, it is nothing but the negotiable instruments where they are going to give the discount on the amount of bill produced by the customer. Like for example, if I have a bill of exchange with me of 1 lakh, the bank is going to verify when the bill is going to mature within 10 days or 15 days or 1 month. Based on that, it is going to charge certain amount which are going to be paid to the person who has presented the bill to the bank, and the difference amount, whatever it is, that is a profit earned by the bank. But there will be a risk in that one. The bank has to check that one, whether the bill amount can be collected from the person on whom it has been drawn, whether that person is going to pay the amount or not. Only based on the customer who is presenting the bill, on his belief and the trust, the bank is going to accept that one, and it is going to give the beneficiary to the customer and providing support whenever it is required. But it has to take some risk for the collection of bill, whatever it is having with them as a security. Letter of credit, it is a facility extended by banking institution to its customer. There are two types: personal letter of credit and commercial letter of credit, where it is going to give for the benefits of education loan or for the import-export business concept. What is the overdraft and the cash credit? See, overdraft is granted for current account holder. It is granted to any customer, cash credit. And it is granted on the existing current account itself. No new account is required to be opened. But here I have to open a new separate account, cash credit, even though I have an account in the bank. Next one, it is a temporary financial support given by the bank for the customers. It is a permanent financial benefit given by the bank to the customers. It is granted relatively shorter period. As I said, it may be from 0 to 45 days, but it is given only for business purposes. Next, it is granted either for business or for non-business purposes. It is generally granted against tangible securities only. Tangible securities is nothing but here, the tangible security is nothing but here, a land, building, motor vehicle, plant, machinery, furniture. These are the tangible things, whatever we have here. On those things, they are going to provide the benefits for the customer. The rate of interest charged is higher than the rate of interest charged to a cash. Here, in the bank overdraft, the rate of interest is huge when compared to the cash credit. Here, to a banker, this is safer than overdraft. It is very much safer when the cash credit is given to the customer when compared to the overdraft facilities given to the customers. It is granted either against tangible securities or the personal security. To a borrower, this is more popular than overdraft. It can be obtained for a larger amount, longer period at a lower rate of interest. They're saying that one, it is going to be given benefit in such a way that one, where the banker is going to provide for long term the cash credit, and the overdraft, it is for short term. And here it is given on the tangible securities or on the personal, but in the cash credit, it is only on the tangible securities. So like this, we have different types of loans here. The next one, it is called a housing loan. This is a loan given to the customer either for the purchase of a site, a plot, and construction of the house, or it may be renovation or alteration of the house. The loans are sanctioned, and this benefit was created in such a way that one, to make an individual to own a house in his own name. So now, if I don't have a house, I can get a house with the support of getting the loan from the bank. Tomorrow, I can become the owner of the property where I can have a secured asset in my name. So the government has made such a facility that one, which have benefited to plenty of people here who are not having their own houses. They have got their own houses with the support of loan, getting the loan and constructing the property and getting the benefits from that, and repayment are made very easy and supportive in such a way that when the housing loan amount, whatever I've taken, that can be paid on a monthly basis. What we're going to call EMI facilities are given, and the loan will be sanctioned for not for the shorter term. It is going to be for the long tenure, where it will be for 15 years or 20 years. Like this, the loan will be sanctioned, and it is going to be benefited for the customers and even for the banking sectors. And even if the customers are going to be failure to pay the amount whatever they have received for the construction purpose or acquisition purpose or purchase of a plot, in the failure cases, the banker is going to occupy the property, and he may sell that property to any other third party to get the amount whatever it has given to the customer. So here the secured part is there for both the person customer as well as for the banker. Procedure to sanction the home loan here. First, the customer has to apply here, and it has to verify all the documents submitted by the customer. For what purpose it is required, either purchase of a plot or for the purchase of a house, whether it is a flat or it is a normal premises or it is a commercial premises, where it is located, and what is the size of the premises, for what purpose they are taking the loan. Everything documents has to be collected. It has to verify. It has to make process of the document. It has to go and verify whether it is in the name of the customer only or not, whatever the documents has been given, whether the customer is approached to buy that plot or not, whether he is really purchasing the plot from the person who is selling the plot to the customer here. Then only the sanction letter has to be given and secure the fee payment, whatever it is, the sanction, the loan is there. For processing that one, they're going to charge certain amount, and even they're going to have some secured amount with the, and here all the things are made on the legal and technical concepts only. Loan agreement and dispersal are made based on the requirement of the customer, and sometimes the loan amount are released on certain intervals whenever it is required. For example, if I'm constructing any house here, whenever it is required amount based on the required part, it is going to sanction. It is not going to give the full amount in the initial stage itself when we are going to start the construction of the property here. Next, we have your education loan. This is a type of loan which are given for the citizen of our country. And here we have two types of education loan. The first loan is given for the national education purpose, and the other one is international. What we have here, both the things are there. If I want to go and study in the abroad, the loans are available, education loans are available here. And if I want to get that loan here, what is the procedure I have to follow here? The first one, the details of the course in which the students have taken admission. So I have to submit a document to the bank that one, for which course I have joined, and what is the total fee structure are there, and what is the duration of the course. Everything information has to be given to the banker here. And next, it has to provide total expenditure of the course, mark sheet of previous examination. If I've completed my undergraduation and if I'm going for the master's degree, I have to provide all my undergraduation details and detailed information to the banker. It is going to verify, and whether I've got the admission for the next level, they're going to verify. If they've already received that admission, only the amount has to be paid to the institution or to the university for the further education. Then after verifying that one, the bank is going to pay. Whether full details of scholarship are filed, if any scholarship is given by the university or the college, they have to check that one, and then they're going to sanction. And all the statements, whatever we have, the bank account statement of last 6 months information, detailed information are to be given to the banker. And we have to provide the residential proof, income tax statement, and property details, and 2 passport size photographs at the time of taking any education loan here. If I want to study in India, it is going to support for all the individual for the education. And if I want to study in India, it is going to give loan up to 15 lakhs to 20 lakhs. If I want to study abroad, it will be up to 35 to 40 lakhs. It is going to provide support for the children who want to go and study in the other nations. So it is a benefit for the children. First, check that one, what are the facilities are given by the bank and how they have to repay that one. Everything are supported in the present scenario for the education purpose of the society. Next, we have here the same concept, the age limit of education loan. It varies from 16 to 35. Students should have a good academic record. Then only they're going to provide support for the loan year. Students should not have year lap during their education. The gap should not be there, and they have not failed in the subjects, like flunked in the subjects and other part, and they have a gap here. If the gap is there, they'll not provide the support here. Parents should have a definite source of income. Only the people who have a proper regular source of income, for those they'll get a loan easily. Then we have your vehicle loan. It is a consumer, a durable loan which are given for the customers to purchase any motor vehicles, and the loan which they are going to provide, either it may be purchase of 2-wheeler or 4-wheeler, whichever vehicle they need, they can purchase with the support of vehicle loan here. For that, they are going to agree on certain number of installments, what they have to pay and how they have to pay, and what is the amount will be sanctioned, and how much monthly I have to pay here, and what is the total amount we are going to get the loan, and what is the repayment amount, what is the tenure period. If it is a 12 months, a different rate of interest will be there. If it is a 24 months, a different rate of interest. If it is 36 months, the rate of interest will be different here, and the amount of repayment also will be more if I increase the number of months of repayment here. So for that reason, it has to verify each and everything, and before providing any vehicle loan to the customer, it has to verify the customer details thoroughly. So a customer can get a commercial vehicle loan to a low rate of interest if the profile matches with the certain criteria. If I have a good track record, I'll get at the lesser rate, and even the loan will be sanctioned immediately. The process time of commercial vehicle loan is fast when compared to any other type of loan. The documentations are verified in a very fast track, and they're going to provide within 24 hours the loan. Some of the banks assign a personal relationship manager from starting till the procurement of the vehicle. He or she will do the documentation, address every issue related to the loan. In some of the banks, they're going to provide the bank employees to verify each and everything till the customer is going to get the vehicle to his hand. So they're saying that when the loan amount is sanctioned, they've paid the amount, whether the customer has received the vehicle or not, till the customer receives the vehicle. Up to that time, the bank is going to support in all the ways, verifying and supporting, and the payment made to the person who is providing the vehicles. Documents required here: application, we require a check, we require other documents, existing vehicle ownership is there, vehicle details, valuation report, insurance copy, and all the details of the person who's selling the vehicle. Every concept information is here, what it is required, trade references, property ownership, proprietorship deed, everything has to be given. Then only they're going to get the vehicle loan here. Application process, loan approval, processing charges, loan amount, repayment tenures, security or collateral concept, and prepayment of the loan, how they're going to make everything are the aspects of the commercial banks, commercial vehicle loans, whatever we have here. Non-performing assets are those assets which are not performed for a long duration for any of the reasons here. All those assets which generate periodical income are called as performing assets. Which will not generate any income, that is called as non-performing assets here. As per RBI guidelines, NPA is defined as under non-performing asset is a loan or advance amount where interest or installment of principal remain owed for a period of more than 90 days in respect to a term loan. They're saying that one, if any loans where for that interest has been not collected or the principal amount is not collected for a period of 90 days, so then they're going to treat that such type of loans sanctioned to the customer are non-performing assets. The account remains out of order in respect of overdraft and cash credit. The bill remains overdue for a period of more than 90 days in the case of bills purchased and discounted. So in sometimes the bills may be discounted for more than 90 days. For those type of things, check that one and verify and collect the amount here. The installment of principal or interest thereon remains overdue for 2 crop seasons for short duration of the crops. If you have provided a crop loan to the farmers and if they have not paid that amount, they're saying that for 2 crop seasons, in 2 crop seasons, if they have not generated any interest or the principal amount, whatever the crop loan they have sanctioned, that will be converted into non-performing asset. Classification of asset, we have here standard assets, substandard assets, doubtful assets, loss assets. These are the assets which are classified as per the Banking Regulation Act, where from the date of quarter serviced fully within 90 days from the end of the quarter, it is going to check that one, what is the interest amount is due and how much they have charged, whether it has been paid or not, they're going to convert into a non-performing asset concept. Here, the impact of NPA, The impact of NPA summarized as follows: profitability, liquidity, involvement of management, and credit loss. They're saying that when wherever we have NPA, it is going to be more effect on the earnings of the banking sector. The profitability rate may be reduced here, and the liquidity position also be not perfect on the loan what it has sanctioned here. The involvement of management is that one, sometimes the banking management has paid the loans or sanctioned the loans without verifying, based on some a trust basis or based on other activities. The bank is going to face certain issues at the time of collecting back or for the non-repayment of the loan amount. So banks has to be liquidated, or the action will be taken on the administrative level of the banking units. So priority sector lending is nothing but here, what is a priority? For which type of loans are to be sanctioned first, for whom the loan has to be sanctioned, for what purpose the loan has to be sanctioned here, whether it is required to the person immediately or not, and for what purpose is required. If any farmers has applied the loan, so then the loan has to be sanctioned to the farmers. Based on the loan sanction to the farmers, he can start the cultivation and he can get the good crops, and with the support of the financial matters where the society can lead a good life here. If the farmers have cultivated properly, if they get support of all the financial and other needs, definitely we're going to get good food where it is supports the life of the individuals and even the society to have a better life. So, or else if the farmers are not getting the support from the government or from other sectors, definitely we will not get any good healthy food, and even we are going to face lot of health issues in the society. First thing that to give for the agriculture, next small scale industries, microcredit, education loans, and housing loans. See, the first priority always the society has to provide the loans for the agriculture either directly or indirectly, and next for the small scale industries for the better growth of the nation, and then microcredit and education loans and housing loans. These are the loans are to be provided based on the requirement for the customer needs, whatever we have here. First, it has to process the application, completion of application forms, issue the acknowledgement, and disposal means sending the application, whether it is accepted to provide the loan or it has rejected the proposal. Register of rejected application should be maintained here, and it has to disburse the loan, and what is the repayment schedule, rates of interest, the entire history of the borrower, including his photographs, has to be collected, discrimination in powers and machinery to look onto the complaints, and amendments has to be made here. So like this, the guidelines are there at the time of giving any advances or loans to the customers. This procedure, if they follow, it is better, and if the banker will be in safer side. Thank you to all my dear BBA students. In today's session, we learned about certain norms, which are the documents are to be collected and what documents are to be collected while sanctioning the loan to the customers, and how they have to sanction the loan for the customers, and how they're going to collect the amount from the customers, and what is the risk is involved for the people who are lending money in the form of loans or advances. Namaste to all BBA students.